Hi everyone, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your report for July 13th, 2021 for the week ahead. And I have to add that it's quite exciting and interesting to say that Mercury is finally leaving the sign of Gemini, or it did leave the sign of Gemini on July 11th at 4:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, Mercury loves being in Gemini, and it is in its dignity. It rules the mutable air sign of Gemini. It's very communicative and brilliant in this placement, and it comes up with a lot of options and choices. But Mercury is the trickster of the zodiac, and it was out of bounds for the majority of the month of May, and then it retrograded at 24 degrees of Gemini on May 29th, and it was retrograde until June 22nd. And we were in eclipse season, and Pisces was also very prominent in the fact that the first total lunar eclipse that occurred on May 26th squared Jupiter in Pisces and expanded a lot of the endings and emotional tone of the lunar eclipse at the end of May. And then on June 10th, there was a solar eclipse in Gemini, and it was only within a degree of Mercury retrograde. Mercury was translating all of the tales of the eclipse season. And during eclipses, a lot of things get brought to light. We see things in a whole other way, and it's a very active period. And that solar eclipse also squared Neptune in Pisces. And this brought a lot of confusion, a lot of heavy emotions. Mercury in Gemini for more than 2 months, which it was very busy mentally and a lot of networking, but so many different directions. And both Jupiter and Neptune retrograded at the end of June in Pisces. Jupiter rules Pisces in ancient astrology, and Neptune rules Pisces in modern astrology. And that brought more of a fog to the very end of June into the early part of July. So now, as we go forward, Mercury is now in the cardinal water sign of Cancer. It entered Cancer on July 11th at 4:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it will be there until July 27th. And this is only a couple of days after a very manifesting new moon that took place in Cancer on July 9th. And that new moon was in its dignity, in its rulership, bringing a lot of manifesting energy. So now we've got Mercury in Cancer. The sun is in the cardinal water sign of Cancer at the moment. A lot of focus on home and family, on getting your needs met. But Venus and Mars are both transiting in Leo, and they met up today on July 13th at 9:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 19 degrees of the fixed fire sign of Leo. And Leo rules the heart chakra, and it's a very creative fire sign, very much about finding what makes your heart happy, and celebration, dancing, singing. A lot of entertainers and a lot of creative people have heavy Leo in their charts, whether they're a Leo sun, Leo rising, or a stellium in the 5th house, which is the Leo house, because Leo is the 5th sign of the zodiac. So this is a very creative, sexy, and fun signature, which sets the tone for the week, really opening your heart chakra to something that you want to bring into your life. Now, if you were not able to do some form of a ritual today to honor it, then on July 14th, Venus and Mars are conjunct at 20 degrees of Leo. So that energy is still permeating. Work with this. What makes you happy? Really focus on that. And although Mercury in Gemini was brilliant and gave us a lot of information, I think it's nice to have it in Cancer as we focus on family and on our needs and security. Jupiter is still in the sign of Pisces, but at the end of this month, it's going to re-enter the fixed air sign of Aquarius on July 28th, and it's going to bring a lot more socializing and networking and rapid change. So therefore, a lot of planets are retrograde at the moment. Mercury's not. That is a personal planet. But most of the outer planets are retrograde at this moment, aside from Uranus. And so there is a reflective tone. Jupiter in Pisces, Jupiter's retrograde, but it's expanding through connecting to your intuition, your dreams, and self-care, nurturing self, connecting to source, and doing spiritual practice. And let's see, this week we've got the Sun trines Neptune on July 15th at 4:49 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And that's a really good energy for doing manifesting work and meditation. Again, focus on what you love. Venus and Mars are conjunct in Leo. Use this in a selfish way. Leo, the lower form of Leo can be self-centered or selfish. The higher form is opening love. Focus on love, what you love, what makes you happy, but also focusing on bringing love to others, opening your heart to other people. We are in the new age of Aquarius. This is about community. So with the Sun forming a trine to Neptune, that helps you to manifest your dreams. And later that day at 12:41 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Chiron, which is the wounded healer, stations retrograde at 12 degrees of the cardinal fire sign of Aries. And Chiron in Aries emphasizes the wounds around identity and ego and self. It's about feeling, that dream each of us has had at one point of being naked in the classroom. And I think it's a point of vulnerability, but also a point of being ill-prepared. And I think Chiron in Aries reminds me of that energy where you feel very vulnerable and exposed. And so we're all working with that theme. And with the Sun shining Neptune, lovely energy to manifest and heal with that in mind. And then on July 17th, the Sun opposes Pluto at 6:46 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That could promote power struggles. That could definitely induce major endings. So know that there could be major turning points or endings on that day and, over the weekend. However, this is an excellent opportunity to do purging work. Pluto is the cosmic compost of the zodiac. It rules the fixed water sign of Scorpio. It's very much about releasing and eliminating things that are toxic and no longer serve you and help you. And it's excellent for doing healing work and facing those blocked, painful issues that perhaps each of us, I think each of us does at times bury them, facing them to heal them. So it's an intense day on the 17th, and there definitely could be fights or breakups or endings, but if you use this wisely, it's a phenomenal day for doing healing work, getting rid of clutter, purging, and doing a cleanse, maybe some kind of a health cleanse. So leading up to the beginning of next week, Mercury squares Chiron, the wounded healer, on Monday, July 19th, and then on July 20th, it forms a beautiful sextile to Uranus. So Mercury is prominent in that it's now in Cancer, helping us to slow down a little bit, focusing on nurturing ourselves, not as much on socializing and networking, but also giving us some good ideas on how we can heal those wounds. And this is a magical week with Venus and Mars meeting up for a new 2-year cycle about what makes your heart happy. So you can work with this today. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This energy is still looming. So I wish you a lot of luck. You're out of eclipse season. Mercury has been in Gemini, or was in Gemini, for over 2 months. Loves being in Gemini, but I think we can say goodbye to it because it was a very quick and tricky time for all. So thank you and take care.